Hey, homie, why y'all hating on Joy Taylor? Oh, they're trying to blame us. Nah, they're not blaming me. They blaming you for all the vitriol, all the memes and all the comments and everything hating on Joy Taylor. At least that's the real from Stephen A. Smith as he sat down with Tori Cooper. Hey now, who's a journalist and a friend of Stephen A. Smith, who joined him on this show. Now, on hydration situation, you know we break these things down. Just like we watch film in sports and football, I see the sideline copy, the end zone copy. Well, we're gonna break this video down a different time, another video where I'm gonna break down the words of Stephen A. Smith and Tori Cooper. But right now, let's keep it general because, oh, y'all wanna talk about the elephant in the room? The elephant outside? Well, out of deep respect, LA is on fire. And I'm gonna detail that, chronicle that in a different video. But for right now, we even had our own scare. We had to do a self-evacuation yesterday as clouds of smoke were coming over the hillside right into our backyard. I'll break that down for you another time. So I'm on my 4th night without electricity and power. Yeah, that part. So I'm in the backyard going hard, about to bring this story to you. Where Stephen A. Smith says the media is singling out Joy Taylor and hating on her. So Tori Cooper says, why is she the focus when she's not accused of sexual battery, but just sexual behavior for job advancement? Well, there's a simple answer to that. She's under fire because she's a defendant in a lawsuit. I've been there before. So on this show, we're going to go deeper than just that layer, right? It's not just because she's a defendant. I will admit she's getting the lion's share of all of the criticism, but she's not by herself. People who weren't even named as defendants, like Emmanuel Acho, is catching hell too as well. Now, I think there's a snag in terms of the perception of both of those. Joy Taylor was perceived as a journalist, a broadcaster, host. Yeah. But also she leaned into heavily her sexuality, whether it was her podcast, Too Personal, which I heard was now canceled. I can't do my homework because I ain't got no electricity. But at the same time, she leaned into that. Just facts. Her Instagram, just everything. We know what it is, right? So when an allegation like this hits, it has to find its target. And because that was always something we thought about with Joy Taylor or was thrown in our face, hello, we're like say peanut butter and cans. Man, I ain't laughed out loud that hard in a while. In all due respect, she leaned into it. She, as my grandma say, don't call for attention and then hang up. She called for that type of attention, is here. And Emmanuel Acho got a lot of this because we've all saw the character Snag in terms of how he's always riding the waves. He's a surfer. He likes to talk about the things that are topical, women's rights, black power, all those things. He's always leaning into something. And it's like, dog, okay, you leaning? Now, don't fall, because we got something on you too. But let's get focused. Tori Cooper. Okay, Stephen A. Smith. Let's say this. If this were an athlete, we know damn well from minute 1 to minute 100 of every single show, we would have been covering this lawsuit. We're not seeing that as a public audience. Now, why are we not seeing that? Well, if you're ESPN, you're like, dog, the last thing we want to do is blast this because we know we got our own issues. And if you're FS1, you don't want to eat your own. I totally get that. Some people are saying if this were a man, it's Joy Taylor's situation for a man, how would that have played out? Men ascend using a different muscle, allegedly, than this. So that's not even a deep conversation for me. There is a great conversation to be had, but let me not skip over one element before we get to that greatest point. Tori Cooper says that this is the same old narrative, and the focus is on Joy Taylor because when a man gets to a power position, he earned it. And when a woman gets there, she had to sleep her way there. Now, that's not true. Matter of fact, that's a damn lie. Do you know how many times we hear the phrase born on third base? And we're not talking generally about women. We're talking about men largely, right? Men who were born on third base. Here's a list of some that we always say, yeah, forget your success, fool. You only got there because of your daddy, because of your family wealth. Like, I don't know, former and future President Donald Trump. Interesting. Then, hold on one second. I'm on the phone. What's up? Okay, that's fine. Okay, thank you. My baby gotta get changed. Itty bitty, I thought it was itty bitty. That's the nanny. What's up, homie? So here we go. The second one is Elon Musk. Yeah, his daddy owned the emerald mine or something. They already had that money. Some of it at least. Ain't got nobody had Elon money ever, but that's the point. Jeff Bezos, his family put what, $250,000 into Amazon early? Let's just say they had $5 to spend. Anderson Cooper. We can go on with that list. Men who always hear, yeah, you lucky you came from that family. What about women who we don't say slept their way there, but we like, yo, she's just a boss. Let's stay in journalism. Robin Roberts. Have you ever thought twice about Robin Roberts in terms of how she earned her way? Come on, y'all. Oprah Winfrey. Have we ever looked at Oprah Winfrey like, I wonder how Harpo got, stop playing. J.K. Rowling, writing Harry Potter books and stuff. Like, come on, stop with this. So once again, we have found ourselves in a simple, lazy narrative because that's the easiest way to sell it to the audience. They want to dumb it down because they think you're dumb. And on this show, we ain't doing that because we know you're not. Some of you are, I ain't gonna lie, but we ain't gonna play that role, right? Now, in sports, let's just stay focused because she said this about obviously a sportscaster. What about women and men? Any men that we're like, we don't think they earned it. We think it's from your family. Yeah, how about Joe Buck? Oh, you lucky you got them breaks because your daddy Jack did that. How about Kenny Albert? Oh, you lucky you Marv Albert's son. If not, What about Tom Rinaldi? Oh man, your daddy Walter, man, he sure laid the ground. See what I'm saying? These lazy ass narratives. Do you want me to keep going? Or how about women in sports that we never blink an eye? You ain't got no problems. You did not advance your way by going horizontal. No, you didn't. How about Doris Burke? Has anybody ever second guessed Doris Burke when she dropping them gems in basketball? Mina Kimes. No. Just to say no. Malika Andrews. I know right now y'all gonna beat it up in the comments. I don't know about Malika, dog. I don't know about. Stop playing. Her boyfriend, DMC, Dave McMenamin, has a lesser role on the network than her. What you talking about, man? You mean that's going backwards? That's hustling backwards, if anything, with that relationship. So stop playing. All right, so let's get to the greatest point here and let's get up out of here. Because since I don't have all of my technical elements, I'm going to say a poem instead of a rap. I'm gonna freestyle a poem. Oh my God, I'm going back to college. No, seriously, the biggest issue I have with all of this is that even Joy Taylor, and this is why I tell them all in private, all of them are my homies. I know everybody and they know me, right? So this is not to brag or anything. I'm from LA. So if you're from LA, in the third grade, you met a star. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what's up, Ice Cube? O'Shea at the time, right? So it's not really a big thing to me. I understand how that is. I know how celebrity travels and exports and culture to other people and they get excited. But for me, no, that's just O'Shea. Okay. The biggest issue is all of the women empowerment megaphones, and y'all know who they are, and Joy Taylor was one of them, have certainly gone quiet, silent, when one of them is questioned, including Joy Taylor. To me, that just shows us who are watching all of these people with their identity politics, the lack of substance that movement and stance really has to you, because when you're criticized or confronted, you clam up, you go silent. This is why I don't get into my identity politics. This is why I've had challenges in the industry when somebody leans into the black lane and they lean into the power lane and they lean into the women's right. I like, dog, do you know that one, nobody has enough time in their day that has power to be concerned with all of you, to be concerned with all your issues. People ain't even hating on you because they ain't even thinking about you. That's part one. Two, you're the star in your own movie. You're the star in that movie in your head, but everybody ain't watching that movie. Matter of fact, a lot of people don't even want to roll in it. And so I've always been someone who fights against that. Skin color does not inform me of who you are. Gender does not inform me of who you are, only of what you're capable of, which is having a baby, potentially. Not all women can have babies, but that's all it does. Like, can we stop ice skating in life? Stop acting like, oh, that top layer tells me everything, the depth of it. Haven't you learned enough from people who fall into lakes that the top layer ain't enough? You got to be of substance, credence, depth. So I don't think that people are hating on Joy Taylor because they're bigots, misogynists. Oh, that's just the way it goes. Women don't earn their way. No, we're informed enough of how many women have made it without us even suspecting it. So why don't you give yourself some credit if you really want to be about women empowerment and say, yeah, you know what? If you get called out, doesn't mean it's true, but you got some explaining to do. All right. So that's all I got to say. Man, it feel like I'm on AM radio or something. I feel broke. No, I don't. I mean, I'm blessed, man. I'm still alive. The family's still alive. The itty bitties are unfazed pretty much. Scary out here, and I feel for everybody who has lost their life, their home, their way. Oh, it's all bad, but that's for another video right here. Okay, now let's get into a poem about this. Roses are red. Violets are blue. People saying we're hating on Joy Taylor, but are they talking about you? Are you hating on her because you saw this coming, or are you hating on her because she's silent and running? Are you one of the ones that sent a tweet, or are you one of the people in this lawsuit who went to their post and hit delete? Whoever you are, whoever you may be, I don't think you're hating on Joy Taylor. I don't think you want to see somebody else fail just because they've made it. But you always question, how was that opportunity created? So I say all of this from the bottom of my heart. If you don't want the BS to begin, then don't BS from the start. Oh man, that was pretty good off the dome, right? I actually won a poetry contest in New York City. Yes, I did. It was a poem called Concrete, I Miss You Grass. Oh God, I'll play that if I find the lyrics and the words to that. I'll do that another time. All right, love for you guys. Make sure you go to projecttransition.org. Help us educate the itty bitties. We have 5 E's we're working on right now. Exposure, experience. Why? Because we want those itty bitties to have excellence. Yes, through the love. So I want you guys to make sure you help us out. I forgot 2 of the E's. It's been a long 4 days. Empower, educate, expose, experience, excellence. Yay! I don't forget that much. CTN kicked in that hard. Love for you guys. Hey, and watch our new show On the Rocks. If we get electricity, we're going to film a couple times next week. We'll see. All right, love. Peace.